South Point offers all the types of entertainment you'd expect at a first-class Las Vegas resort. Did you know our 400-seat showroom is one of Las Vegas's top destinations for live entertainment? Enjoy live performances by classic Vegas entertainers, bands, and today's hottest comedians, plus a rock and dance floor. You can also enjoy live entertainment at the Grand View Lounge, where you'll feel all the vibes of old Las Vegas. Enjoy the music, and if you love to laugh, don't miss The Dirty at 12:30, our very own free comedy show. Every Friday night at 12:30 a.m. in the Grand View Lounge. The Dirty is 100% free, so arrive early. Go to southpointcasino.com or call the box office at 77136 for today's performances at the showroom and the Grand View Lounge. When you're ready for your favorite cocktail, stop in and unwind at one of our 7 specialty lounges. There's a bar around every corner, because you're in Vegas, baby. South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
The Philadelphia Eagles are selling pints of end zone snow for $50 a pint. Saquon Barkley rushed for a record. Ooh, come get your end zone snow. Not to be outdone, the Las Vegas Raiders are selling pints of sunshine mixed with hair clippings from Mark Davis's bowl cut. And roll the open! Mike wasn't open, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is Thursday, and listen to me right now when I say this. Hear me now, I'll tell you later. I'm doing Hans and Franz, by the way. This is our busiest and most packed show of 2025 for sure. We have 5 guys, which would be a good name for a burger place. That would be inferior to In-N-Out. 5 guys on the show today. Thanks for logging in to watch the show. Sports Illustrated called the best show on from noon to 1 on YouTube that's live from Vegas. Whoa! It's Punchlines. The program is a mix of sports, comedy, conversation, viral videos, and educated picks, especially today. I'm your host, Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan. And today's show, Matt and I are going to be more excited when these Blue Jay fans found out that the team had signed Anthony Santander. Did you see this yet?
No, not yet.
Watch this.
Because it was
Wait. Did they sign Shohei?
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Let's go get him some Tim Hortons.
I'm sorry for getting excited. Now we're going to pop some Molsons.
Some Labatt Blue.
Get your Labatt.
Anyway, they're very excited about Anthony Santander.
It's a good sign. I don't know if he's going to have the same kind of year that he has had the last couple of years up north of the border.
Could be on the downside. $92 million.
Who would have thought? Oh, that's a ton of money for him.
It's a lot of money.
Who would have thought that Anthony Santander was pushing the needle like that in Toronto?
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they fear losing Vladdy Jr. I don't know. Eventually.
I could see it. I mean, if that happens, I would be on the lookout for Toronto to sign Pete Alonso. Someone's going to get a pretty good deal in Pete Alonso because he's waited so long.
And don't say the Dodgers. I don't want to hear about it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is a lot. We have the entertainment director of the South Point, Michael Libinati, stopping by to close the show and let you know about the watch parties we'll be having on the weekend for the conference finals. He is good friends with our weekly Thursday star, Joe D'Amico, is returning for picks at 12:36. We also, coming up in about 15 minutes, have an Emmy Award-winning Kansas City comedian who is a giant Chiefs fan, Mr. Elliott Threatt. And if that wasn't enough, I've already spoken to him, so it's not a surprise. But you know what's happening. It's Thursday. The voice of UNLV basketball and football, Matt Neverett, is here. Woo!
Welcome
Matt
in.
Neverett.
Welcome in. Yeah, Elliott and I are outnumbered by Italians on today's show.
There are 3. That's
There we
true.
go.
You got
3 to 2.
where's Vinny?
Vinny!
See if Vinny's around. We have Vince Jr. over there. So there you go. Yeah, it's going to be a fun show. And there's a lot going on. Let's take a look at today's punch menu, ladies and gentlemen, see what we got. As I said, so many guests. We have some CC coming up very shortly. We have picks at 12:36. You have some picks ready?
I do.
All right. You've been on, wait, by the way, you've been on quite a streak.
At least on this show, yeah.
Yes, you have. I don't want to jinx it, but you did text me last week that you feel.
The last, I know it's at least the last 3 picks I've given out on this show in college basketball. I did push on the Eagles. I was big on the Eagles this week, and I got the push, which is, better than the alternative.
Better than a loss.
Yeah, I've been hot on the, especially college basketball plays I've been giving out on the show.
All right, so listen, in 32 minutes, we got tons of picks for you guys. Don't forget at the end of the show, we have Kenny White's. We have a bonus. We have a dog of the day from Kenny White, and then we have a really, really funny dog clip to end the show, which we like to do like a local news broadcast. This is how funny the dog clip is today. Anne laughing hysterically for a solid 10 seconds.
I thought it was something that you said, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, no, she's showing Jerry. They're going back and forth.
Could have been that. I'm not really sure, but it's funny. It's a good one. What?
And Cam.
Oh no! Reno Paul's head just exploded. If you heard that sound in Reno, we have been waiting for the Ancam.
He just commented on the YouTube and called it the Gabagool Show.
The Gabagool. Gabagool. It's the #1 Sopranos fan. I'm awaiting Reno Paul's comment on here we go. That's not him, but he's going to flip out that we now have an Ancam.
Yep.
I love it. All right, real quick before we do top of show breaking video, just wanted to thank Brock Radke over at Las Vegas Weekly. Look at this up here. Betting lines and laughs with Frank Nicotero. Then you open it up. We got
look at that.
a headshot from 30 years ago.
What
but the article's fresh.
Multiple.
And you have to direct the show.
Hey, at least we know that they've sold at least 2 copies of this edition so far.
Well, it's free. It's free.
So they haven't sold any.
If you want a copy of Las Vegas Weekly, we come down to the South Point. When you order a Starbucks, which is open 24/7, right across over by the bell desk, they have these. So every time I walked over to get a cup on the bell desk, they're waiting like, finally, someone's going to talk to us. I'm like, no, I'm just kidding.
I mean, if somebody wants to buy them, I'll sell you for like $5-6
there
each.
You go.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, it's going to be on eBay. You know what? I am going to do a signing.
Yeah.
Tomorrow after the show outside the studio. So if you want to come, I'll sign right on this giant bowl of noodles.
I'll run the event. I'll take a cut. It won't be that big, I promise. 12%.
Right,
12%.
There we go. All right, let's get to top of show breaking video, ladies and gentlemen. We got some good stuff today. There it is. Dun, 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 dun. We're so official, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, it was the queen of the WNBA's birthday. Caitlin Clark turned 23. What did you get, Caitlin?
I got her an appearance on Punchlines, a show that's going to go viral because she's on it today.
Right. Well, we have her. Look, we have her blowing out candles. Here's the clip, ladies and gentlemen. We got to wait for the ending because I'll tell you what she wished for. Here we go. So there. Oh, they surprised her. By the way, it's not the teammates. It's like the staff or the admin. I don't know what it is. But
everyone's playing in the 3-on-3 league right now, except for her. Yeah.
There you go. They have the 3 backwards, or is that because the camera reversed it? I don't know, but she's 20E. She's 2E.
They thought she was coming in a different door. Yeah.
They're like, no, turn the balloons around. So here we go. Listen to this.
Thank you.
Cookie cake, good taste.
Were you guys waiting for me? I was just sitting there.
Did you make a wish?
Did you make a wish?
Can't tell though.
Tally ho.
She can't tell. Ladies and gentlemen, I have inside sources.
Uh-oh.
She hopes for an appearance on Punchlines. So, ladies and gentlemen, if we can make it happen.
I think we can find a way to fill her in the show.
Just to have her go, Punchlines, leave me alone. Stop bothering me.
I already gave her a present. She came and watched Butler against UNLV. Butler didn't play UNLV.
Her boyfriend's a coach, right?
Yeah, she came and watched UNLV play in Phoenix when we were there earlier in the year. UNLV lost to both Mississippi State and Northwestern. Didn't play Butler. It was the only team that they didn't play. Her boyfriend is a coach on Butler. So I gave her some UNLV hoops for her birthday.
Go. Did you see her in the house?
I did see her because they played right after one of our games, maybe two seconds. I look over it and it's pretty easy to spot because she has a pretty good entourage around her at that
I wonder,
point.
do you think she'll be in the game on Sunday in Kansas City again?
Maybe.
Because the internet broke, as the kids say, with Taylor Swift and Caitlin Clark together. It was like heads exploded.
If they are, they're gonna. I have a feeling they're gonna find a way to squeeze Jake from State Farm in there and make it a whole advertising campaign.
This guy, I'll tell you what. Remember, I'm saying it again. State Farm. Don't think we didn't notice. We used to have the fat, chubby Jake in the khakis. What happened to him?
I heard the new Jake from State Farm's voice in a commercial for something else. I forget
He's
entirely
getting voiceover gigs.
Yeah, I'm like, is that Jake from State Farm? And it took me a while, and at the end, I'm like, yeah, that's definitely Jake.
Hold
from State
on
Farm.
1 second, Matt. Yeah, I don't see Jake from State Farm in this.
Nope.
Oh, God, there goes my script.
Nope.
Okay. Anyway, I'm sure Caitlin wished for a WNBA title.
Yep.
Season kicks off in April. They made the playoffs for the first time in 7 years.
I did love the memes. It was her and Taylor Swift kind of like leaning in. I don't know if they were telling a secret or something like that, but people are filling in like, what do you think they said? And I saw one that said something to the effect of, the rest of the league's playing in this 3-on-3 tournament, and I'm still making more than all of them combined. Yeah.
Truth. The truth. All right, sticking with hoops, ladies and gentlemen. Have you ever seen, Matt, now your dad is a well-known announcer. He works for the Dodgers. Have you ever seen your dad dunk a basketball in the NBA?
He is about 5'8" on a good day, so no, I have not. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well,
he
Bronny
did once in high school. He swears he was a track star in high school, so maybe.
He had some ups back then.
I'll give it to him. Back in New Hampshire in the 80s.
Well, there's no video. We don't have any video.
Exactly.
But anyway, we have video of Bronny watching his dad slam. By the way, the pass, by the way, was beautiful. Watch this play here. Pass is amazing. So, boom.
Oh.
And then there's his son. That's my dad. Pops.
Oh my God.
And LeBron, I don't. The play is going on behind him. Was he fouled? I guess. I don't know what that means. That means a legal receiver downfield, doesn't it?
On your head, as the kids say.
Oh wait, explain this to me. I don't know.
You dunk on their head. You give them one of those.
And were you aware of that, Ann?
I watch a lot of basketball.
When someone does this, Ann, what do you think it means?
Yeah, I'm tired.
Right, I'm out.
tired.
Them to rub their belly.
I was just gonna say, what was it? Rub your belly and pat your head.
Or the other way around.
It's not that hard.
You're always doing one, but
My sister would. I couldn't do it as a child, but
it was that. And then when I played volleyball, you go like this when you stuff them above the rim or above the net. Yeah, you put the lid on them. On your head. There's a lot of them that
I wouldn't know about going over the net.
No, me either. Me either.
In 17. Oh, go ahead.
Underrated volleyball scene in Western PA, I will say.
There's a lot. Yeah, a lot of volleyball. When I graduated high school, North Allegheny was number one in the state.
My very first ever volleyball game that I played in my senior year of high school, and the only year that I played was against North Allegheny.
Okay.
And I was coming over from baseball. I didn't know what the rules were or anything. I was only good at serving because they figured out it was the same motion as throwing a baseball.
Right,
my coach literally, who I'm going to see next week, still talk to him.
Oh, awesome.
He literally goes, pretend like you're throwing a runaround on a sacrifice fly and you're in the outfield. Just do that arm motion. So I would hit the hell out of the ball, and then until we lost the point, I'd come out. But the very first time, referee just kind of hands me the ball. I know now you're supposed to wait for a whistle. He handed it to me, and I just whack it, and I'm at North Allegheny's gym, and everyone's looking at me like, what the hell is this guy doing? I had no clue what was going on.
I dominated so much stuff in that gym. No. In 17 days, Matt, New Orleans will host Super Bowl 59, which will be played indoors, as we know.
Thank God.
As of right now, though, the Big Easy has become more of a hockey town. Hey, let's call it the Big Icy.
I like it. Oh, my God.
That's the streets of New Orleans right now. People have broken out the skates. They're playing hocky.
And this is the most snow and the coldest it's been there in like over 150 years.
They had snow in New Orleans.
Insane. I saw like a foot in some places.
Yeah. What were you saying, Keith?
Can you still get a Slim Slam?
Maybe a Slim Slam in New Orleans. Oh, we'll be doing that one on Friday. By the way, the Pelicans game was canceled last night because of the icy conditions.
Wow.
The NBA canceled the game because I don't think they're prepared to salt roads or anything in New Orleans.
No, I saw a video of a service crew in Florida salting the roads. It was two dudes on the back of a pickup truck with styrofoam cups. No, literally styrofoam cups into the bag of road salt, just going like this, just being driven around at a slow pace.
Every year back east, there would be a story on the news about the budget for the salt, and then they'd show you the big piles of salt. And they're like, we're ready for the snow. We got the salt right there. I don't know why they had a southern accent in Pittsburgh all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, the accent is close, but yeah.
We're down there. We're going to get that salt down here in Pittsburgh. We're going to get it out in the truck.
That's a little better.
They'll be like, oh, my God, we're going to have so much salt on the roads.
Down there, you don't even know about it.
Can you combine the accent? Can you
Very much so.
With your Pittsburgh?
Yes.
Oh, my God, down here, Jethro. Oh, my God.
They're not that far
y'all want to come down and get some great... Yeah,
I've described the Pittsburgh accent as like a mix between Southern and Boston with just like a little bit of twang in there.
People don't believe it. And I never had it because my formative years of learning how to speak were in California. So when I moved back after 4 years, we moved back and, oh, my God, the way they sounded was ridiculous.
I didn't believe that plus some of the made-up lingo was a real thing until I moved there, and then I'm like, oh my God, this is just how people from Pittsburgh talk.
It's a real thing.
Yep.
Okay, so Ben Johnson is the new coach of the Chicago Bears, and hopefully for fans, he can turn Caleb Williams into a star. Just someone kind of needs to teach him his right from his left. Watch this clip. It's quick but subtle.
To your right.
He had to look down at his hand and make an L to know which way was left.
But is that better or worse than Adam Gase's press conference with the Jets when he got hired?
What did he do? I can't
He
remember.
was just like staring into the abyss.
It didn't work out for him. Where
No.
is Adam Gase now?
Hopefully at home.
Hopefully. Oh, but anyway, Ben Johnson, they go, it's over to your right. And he had to look, because I didn't realize this was a thing. For left, you can do that?
Yeah.
I never knew that. I always just knew my right from
Yeah,
left.
that's because
I don't know, because Pittsburgh.
I'm glad he can coach his left and right tackles of where to go. He'll go, you're over here.
Now, speaking of the Bears, let's stay with Ben Johnson being named the head coach, giving hope to Bears fans like Keith Lyle and Ryan McCormick, our new buddy, Dave Swerski. Now, we had this guy on the show last week. This is going to be our comedy clip of the day. We had him on the show last week. Show did really well. Very nice guy. He's kind of brought back to life the Da Bears sketch where he plays the nephew from the sketch that debuted like 30 years ago. Was it 30?
Bill Brasky.
Bill Brasky's a great one. Anyway, this is our comedy clip of the day, ladies and gentlemen. He recorded a song about Ben Johnson being hired as the new coach, and it's a familiar tune.
Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson. Don't say this feels right.
This feels right.
I know, I was just going to say, he plays all the instruments. Yeah, he does all this. Anyway, unbelievable. We had him in the lab here. He was
That is awesome.
He was great. He was a great guest, and he talked about how he got to meet all those guys and George Wendt.
That is really funny.
And Robert Smigel, who created it. So, yeah, great guy. Great guest. Thank you for doing that. And that's, by the way, he's using the Beatles' Here Comes the Sun. Here comes Ben Johnson.
I feel like everybody knows somebody that goes as that character for Halloween every year.
Yeah. That's how it started. I think he went, and his wife was saying how funny it was. She's like, this is your viral thing. Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's check roll call. Let's see who's in the chat room. Looks like it's very... Oh, I already saw Paul's reaction. Let's see here.
Holy moly, Ann Cam.
So I threw a question, where should the NBA play its international game? Now, I kind of crunched some numbers last night. I had the Pistons in picks at 1236 after we showed video of them yesterday stopping at a Buc-ee's. Have you been to one of these Buc-ee's? I have not either. They were going crazy. They were in a Buc-ee's on the road trip to Atlanta, and they were going crazy. I've heard
it's amazing.
Yeah, it has everything. So I can hear Elliott's messing with his camera, but okay. It's on the headphones? Yeah. Oh, okay. Anyway, what was I talking about?
The Pacers.
Thank you very much. The Pacers are playing the Spurs right now in France.
Yeah.
So the question, tip-off question, not kickoff question, where should the NBA play its next international game? Let's see here. Reno Paul, NBA should be playing in Mexico. Huge fan base of the Lakers and Suns. Expand the brand close to home. Move the Raptors out of Canada while we're at it. Hey, they've won a ring. Let's see.
Thanks, Kawhi.
Yeah, right. Matt Neverett, Belgrade, Serbia. Look up some clips of Serbian pro hoops if you've never seen it.
Amazing. It's
Really?
like you imagine like international
This
soccer.
is Luka, right? Isn't he?
Yeah, with Luka Luka's from Slovenia.
Or Joker.
Yeah, Joker. But you get these guys basically a soccer atmosphere indoors. Like,
Oh, yeah?
They have like flares and flags and choreographed chants, and they're jumping the entire time. It's crazy.
Okay, next week when you're on the show,
We got to look it up.
we're going to find some Serbian basketball.
Well, like Luka said, because he played over there.
Yeah.
He goes. The NBA final stuff like that doesn't faze me because I've played in these things where you're like life is on the
There's
line.
Roman candles being shot
there are
at.
fireworks being shot at you in a 10,000 person arena.
Oh, I have to see this.
It's
Okay.
amazing.
Johnny, JR from the ballpark. If the next NBA game is in Greenland, that wouldn't be international anymore.
Depends on when it is.
Well, we're bringing politics into the show. We have it. Very funny. Eve Natola. Do you know what that stands for? Eve Natola?
You've said it before.
Yeah, what does it stand for, man?
I forget.
I do too. Everyone needs to laugh.
I'm not bailing you out here.
They should try Argentina. Used to have some good players down there.
Yeah.
Ginobili,
Manu
right?
Ginobili, yeah.
Minidar. Ratings down due to Chiefs fatigue. Patriots at least won by other teams' mistakes. Refs give Chiefs their games. All right. We are going to have someone live in Kansas City momentarily to talk about that, and we will get his take. And we have a very funny picture. Speaking of refs and Chiefs, wait until you meet our guest. Reno Paul, holy moly, Ann Cam. He loves it. Joey B, laugh out loud. The Ann Cam should automatically pop up a window when she laughs. All right, we'll work on
Just like a sound sensor.
We'll work on the technology on that. And then who else there? We got B-Town Dummy. Okay, Christian. Go ask us a real question, Frank. We're asking an NBA question during NFL championship weekend. You must be a reporter for the Las Vegas Weekly. Okay, you know what, Christian? The reason being is there's a game going on right now.
Well, Frank, how'd you come up with that question today?
Matt Neverett threw that one out. Matt gave me that. I was like, usually I have a question prepared the night before. I had nothing, and you threw that out.
I'll follow the sword for you with that one. There you go.
Thank you. So it's his fault. Blame Matt Neverett.
I'm the Las
who
Vegas
you
Weekly
love.
reporter.
You love Matt Neverett.
I'm the reporter.
Anyway, roll call. Thank you, everybody. We love you guys. You guys are always great. I think we should do quickly let's do lines of the night quickly. Here we go. Then we'll bring in our first guest because we have 3 guests today, which I think is a record. Lines of the night, Matt, what do you have for us?
Well, first of all, a bad beat. Love these. Love college basketball bad beats. There's just an extra sting to them.
Oh, my God. This one's bad.
Because it's normally just like something, totally random and out of pocket that happens where you're like, that would never happen in any sport other than college basketball. So this one's last night. John Calipari going for his first SEC win at the helm of the Arkansas program.
Damn.
Georgia, keep in mind, Georgia +2 is the line.
Georgia +2, and they're at the free throw line, right?
So this is Arkansas shooting, up by a point, misses the free throw.
Out.
Abu Thiero for the win. For the cover for Arkansas. If you had Georgia +2, I feel bad for you.
Oh, my God.
Like,
you
how does that
losing
happen? If I'm on Georgia +2, my phone's going through a window.
Why are they not boxing out? I don't know. What's going on?
I don't know. That's the best part of Scott Van Pelt's show. I also saw
the bad beats is awesome.
With speaking of SVP, with all the airport mess in Atlanta right now.
Yeah.
If you after the show ends, of course, go to his Twitter. He tells the story about his travel the other day.
Okay.
In a way that only he can.
Okay.
Enough swear words to keep everybody entertained, and it's just so funny.
I don't know if I've ever heard SVP swear.
Oh, it's like a podcast with him and Sanford Steve, and so he's running through the Atlanta airport and telling the story about how he's in like dress shoes and jeans and like just like sprawled out on the floor. And
I will definitely check that out.
I do have a second one. Yeah,
and you have a bonus one. Yeah,
I do have an NFL one that'll probably lead me to a play this week. I got burned by the Eagles laying 6 last week. The Eagles are up to 6 this week, and this is an interesting trend that I saw. I sent it into Keith about teams on these 4-game or longer road trips. The commies, as I call them, have been away from our nation's capital for quite some time. And Jaden Daniels having a great rookie year.
Unbelievable.
Been one of the surprises of the NFL.
CJ Stroud even said it was better than his rookie year.
And that's saying something.
Yeah, it really is.
CJ Stroud, a pretty humble guy.
Right,
I would agree, but look at that number. So on the 4th game of a road trip like this,
trouble
in the playoffs, 0-7 straight up, just 1-5-1 ATS. It bodes well for the Eagles. I think the Eagles win this matchup anyway. I was convinced before I saw this graphic, but look at that. That number is pretty telling to me.
That is pretty telling.
No wins in the 4th game of the road trip.
Did you see the mayor of Philadelphia trying to spell Eagles yesterday?
It's exactly what I would picture from the mayor of Philadelphia.
On that note, we will segue into my lines of the nights. This one I found interesting. Saw it earlier in the week, obviously, and I thought Matt would appreciate this. This is the most homers under each president in history. So we'll look. Judge hit the most under Biden. I found very interesting. Pujols raked during Obama. Who else? During Jimmy Carter, Mike Schmidt, and during Reagan.
Wow.
That's what I love. Mike Schmidt, the best third baseman of all time. And Ford. Well, Ford was only president a couple months, but still. That's the most impressive thing. Nixon, you had Aaron, and
Fred McGriff.
Fred McGriff, the crime dog, during who?
Dog. During HW.
Oh, my God. And then you can go back and back and back
so
and
what's
look
the
at
most?
those.
A-Rod under W.
Griffey under Clinton, 351.
364, yeah. A-Rod under W is the most of any player under any president. That's crazy.
Yeah, but we have to put an asterisk next to that.
I mean, do we?
He was... No.
I hate these Hall of Fame voters.
I do too. Put them all in.
Put them all in.
Put Clemens in. Put Manny Ramirez. Put him in. Best right-handed hitter like I've seen.
In terms of driving in runs, absolutely, yeah.
Ridiculous. And then
A-Rod.
I had one or two more.
Bonds.
Let's just do one more. What is this one? Oh, milestone watches for this year. So this is stuff that could happen. Let's see. Mike Trout is 21 homers away from 400. You got Stanton. Now, this was amazing. 2 homers away from being top 50 all time.
Yeah.
I know Freddie Freeman's a doubles machine. Marte's still running. Scherzer and Verlander both racing to 3,500 strikeouts. And Anthony Rizzo, I thought, was the most interesting. Top 7 all time. He just needs to get hit by 8 more pitches.
He'll get that in the first series of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
7 ejections for Bochy.
Bochy, yeah. Bruce top 8 all time, Bruce Bochy. He'll get ejected easily.
No one's going to catch Bobby Cox.
Bobby Cox is by far. Denny Nagel has so many good stories. All right, I'm going to put on. Oh, we're going to throw to. Okay, we're going to throw to a 30-second break real quick. And on the other side, we have comedian Elliott Threatt live from Kansas City wearing his Chief gear. Can't wait. See you in 30 seconds. Great, isn't he? Ladies and gentlemen, look at me with my NBA old knowledge about Anthony Peeler. Ladies and gentlemen, the lovely Aaron O'Connor, who's always in our chat room and has been on the show many times, recommends a lot of people to me. And I was looking for Kansas City comedians so we could talk to them about the Chiefs game. Last week, of course, we had Dennis Evans, local sports anchor, who's been on our show many times.
That's right.
And ladies and gentlemen, I want to read. He's an Emmy Award-winning comedian. He has appeared on Showtime, BET, HBO, and Last Comic Standing. Plus has a special on Open Bar called Dry Aged, Well Marbled. Please welcome lifelong Chiefs fan Elliott Threatt, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! Yeah, Elliott, how's it going, man?
Well, we're the most hated city. And I was about this because Brady retired 5 years ago,
right,
and I still hate the Patriots. So how long is this going to last for us?
Well, the funny thing is Matt Neverett is a diehard Patriots fan.
It's funny. I've seen the comparisons between the Patriots dynasty and what the Chiefs have been doing now. And someone on social media pointed out it was like the Patriots actually felt like an evil empire. Right. Even as a fan, I could see that. This Chiefs, to me, it feels like voodoo devil witch magic. Somehow they're just able to find a way to sneak by in all these close games. I know. And I, as a Patriots guy, I'm not a Chiefs hater. I appreciate what they've done. I've lived through it, so I can handle it.
But to think that the J6 people are going to get a pass before Chiefs fans will in the future.
Now, we got to talk about the hottest topic that everyone talks about: the refs and the Chiefs. We have a picture of you dressed up. I don't know if this is from Halloween or not, but here's a picture of Elliott. There you go. There you are. Describe that picture for me.
That's my fans. My refs. They're great actors, Mahomes is a great actor. What can I tell you?
Now, is he?
We did get the calls. What can I say?
Is he slowing up to purposely maybe draw? Slowing up when he goes.
Yes.
Finally, a Chiefs fan admitting it. Yeah, he's smart. It's a smart play.
But we have a blind eye. You know how that works. We have a blind eye, especially everything Chiefs in Kansas City. It's just too much.
Now, I know you go back a long time as a Chiefs fan. Now, when I was a kid, NFL Films was really the only thing on Sunday mornings that we could see, like old classic John Facenda narrated stuff. And I remember they always talked about the longest football game in history was a play of. You were there. Tell us about that.
I was there. It was the longest game. It was the Chiefs versus the Dolphins. Mm-hmm. I was like 7 years old. My dad took me, and I'm pissed that this game is lasting so long. But it's the first time I ever heard my dad curse when he said "F Bob Greasy." So
that's a good first.
Bob Greasy and the Dolphins.
All the way back up. And a guy named Daryl Yepremian, who was the kicker.
Sure. Well, he's the one who had the famous fumble, against Washington in the Super Bowl.
That's right, where he kind of went up and he grabbed it. Yeah. Oh my God, how do you remember that?
I like
NFL Films.
NFL Films, man. That was the slow motion thing. That was the final score of that game was 14-7. That was the Miami one. That was the only touchdown that Washington scored. That's how good Miami's defense against the Redskins. Yeah, we can say that. We're grandfathered in. Absolutely. So how are you feeling about the Chiefs game this weekend? Where do you watch the games? What are some of your superstitions maybe that you have before you watch your beloved Chiefs?
Well, my superstitions, and this is my advice to anybody that wants their team to do good, is that we have to have a famous singer, right? I mean, that's why the Bills have Josh Allen is hooked up with the famous singer, right? Haley Steinfeld. So, and my further advice would be if Niners ever want to get back, that should start dating Carrie Underwood. Don't you think
wait a second. Russell Wilson's married to Sierra. That doesn't help my Steelers at all.
See, there is something to that.
Yeah.
Have your superstar hate somebody.
Go for it.
Everybody nervous. But the thing about it is that, and maybe this is people kind of, it's like, oh, the Super Bowl again. You know what I mean? I'll buy another Super Bowl shirt, or another Super, so. Maybe we deserve to get slapped down. I shouldn't say that.
Now, you used to live in Travis Kelce's neighborhood. Is that correct? Speaking of Taylor Swift?
I still do. Oh. He moved a huge mansion out there. But, people say that Travis Kelce was like, well, I knew when Taylor Swift went out to my yard to get a bill from Ticker. So that's how I knew that we were close. But, you see the cops in the street, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, what's going on? But it's either they were profiling me or Travis was Taylor Swift.
Let's see here, and
because I've lived here as long as Travis has.
Now, we've been texting back and forth, and you said you had a Kadarius Toney story as well.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I saw him.
Okay.
I even know Gary Stone. He lives in Kansas City, and I saw him the other day. And it's like, I know you don't play for the Chiefs anymore, but keep your head up. I'm really proud that you're back at it, and I've taken up enough of your time, Kadarius. So I have a Whopper, some fries, maybe a shake. You know, and the bad thing is, I went to pay him, and he dropped my debit card.
He did drop a.
Just think, if it were George Pickens, he would have already gone live on Instagram.
Come
right now.
on.
Yeah, there you go.
Why?
Taking it over to McDonald's.
My team's not even in the playoffs anymore. Damn you, Matt.
And you're still
That's
catching
coming.
the strays.
Oh, by
yeah.
the way, Aaron O'Connor. Thanks, Keith. I love hearing you laugh in the background.
Aaron O'Connor is great.
She's the best. So where will you watch the game this weekend? Do you go to the game? Is it too cold, or do you like watching it at home?
I watch the game. I'm one of those people that watches the game because it gets so cold out there. I can't, even though people give you tickets. Like, nah, I don't. I watch the game in the house, and I just kind of peek out. But here's the weird thing about because kind of out when they were playing Cincinnati. Remember when they finally got past Cincinnati to win the Super Bowl 2 years ago? Back and forth game. So nervous. Didn't think they win. I just couldn't take it out. And the only way I knew the Chiefs won is when I heard the gunshots from my neighbors.
Always a good
This
sign.
had to have been after Travis Kelce left, yeah.
Elliott, you've been doing stand-up a long time, too. What is this open bar? Tell people where they can check out some of your stuff and your social media.
Okay, you go to YouTube and Open Bar. I did a special, and it came out in December. I age well marbled because I am dry well marbled. And you just go to Open Bar. A lot of comics are on there, and it's really cool. And I'm performing at the Lawrence Comedy Festival. You know Lawrence, a little basketball town. You heard of it?
Lawrence,
yeah.
Kansas. I'm familiar with that, too. Are you a Kansas or Kansas State guy? Who's your college team?
My college team is baby.
Is what
Larry Brown.
Oh, what did you say again?
The cheerleader. Larry Brown, back when he used to be a coach at KU.
Oh,
Remember
okay.
that?
Yeah. Oh, no. Of course I do. Yeah, Danny Manning. I remember Danny Manning carrying them on his back. Was it 88? I think.
Oh my God, they used basketball.
I know
The
everything.
basketball equivalent of the Chiefs. I mean, arrogant. Everybody hates us. That's kind of.
Elliott, Elliott, I got to tell you, this has been one of the strongest hits we've ever had on the show. Very funny. We'd love to have you back on. Absolutely. I mean, you're very funny.
Don't sound so surprised. Yeah.
I'd love to come on and talk to you, Chiefs. I'd love to come on. Anything football, by the way.
I'll tell you what, if they make it to the Super Bowl, we're going to have you back the week of the Super Bowl. How about that?
And just to let everybody know, every time the Chiefs play in Kansas City, they always have the same thing. Barbecue and fountains. You ever notice that? It's always a shot of the fountains, shot of barbecue. And I say, just save the cameraman some time and just put the guy cutting the brisket in the fountain. One shot.
Cut out the middleman.
This will save all the bumpers, all the B-roll they have to get. Elliott, very funny. You guys can see on the screen where you can follow him.
Matt.
Thank you, Aaron O'Connor, for getting him. Elliott, you were tremendous. Thank you.
Aaron.
Good luck to your team. Elliott Threatt, ladies and gentlemen. That's a man who came prepared with stories and jokes. I love it. All right. We're going to do the day of the year. We're going to do that. We got Joe D'Amico coming up in about 5 minutes, and Michael Libanani is going to stop by and tell everybody about the watch parties. Very funny stuff, man. That was great.
That's awesome.
Today is episode 325. 325. Where is the area code 325?
Oh,
you
man.
travel a lot. Any guesses? Anyone?
No clue. South Dakota.
Area code for West Central Texas. Includes Abilene, which I've been to. I've been to Abilene, Texas.
so sorry.
And there's a barbecue place. I can't believe I remember. It's called Josh Allen's.
No way.
And if Frank Murgy's watching, he's
The
probably
other Josh Allen. There's a third Josh Allen.
And we had a bunch of Josh Allen. We went because everyone said we were there shooting the pilot for Street Smarts. Me and my buddy Frank.
A pilot in Abilene?
Because we wanted like Chicago, New York, and then we wanted like
middle of nowhere.
Right. So we went to like a fair with cattle and
Should
stuff.
have gone to Lubbock.
Yeah, right. We could have seen the Buddy Holly Museum if we went there. But anyway, I've been in Abilene and also 325 West Central Texas. That's also the home of the city Dillon, Texas. Dillon, Texas.
Is that an adult star?
It's a fictional town. That's from Friday Night Lights. Dillon, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dillon. I knew you know, but
I need to rewatch the.
It's kind of that was a deep cut.
Permian Panthers.
Permian Panthers, man. And by the way, they're rebooting Friday Night Lights, and Peter Berg is overseeing
Coach
this.
Tyler.
Coach. By the way, I did not watch the show when it was on NBC.
I did. growing up.
Okay, I wasn't watching. So one day, when I was doing this thing at Yahoo, my buddy's like, you got to watch it. So I sat down. I went out and bought the first season of DVDs. That's the way you had to do it. And I watched it, went back to the Virgin Megastore, whatever, got season 2 right before they closed. I had watched, and a day and a half, got season 2. I did this for every season. It is one of the best network dramas ever.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Friday Night Lights. Anyway, it's January 23rd, 2025. Here are your national days. One of these is fake. Vince has got his...
I promise I'll actually remember all of them today.
I'll show you the sheet. This is... here we go. National Pie Day, National Rhubarb Pie Day, National Pez Day, National Handwriting Day, Clashing Clothes Day, Snowplow Mailbox Hockey Day, or National Measure Your Feet Day. Here, you can take a look at them, Matt.
There's two different pie days. I don't know about that.
It's very strange.
I don't know about that.
Jerry is saying handwriting. He does not believe that. Vince is saying clashing clothes. And on the mic and on the cam, punch it up. Yay!
Yeah.
And cam. So, what do you have, Ann?
Names down there. I'm gonna say there's no rhubarb pie day. You can't have that on pie day. That's redundant.
I'm going to cast a wide net, and I'm going to say Pez.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, the co-host at the last second has screwed me over.
Yes!
Yesterday, Alex went, I'll go with Hibiscus Day. It is not a Pez Day. Look at the money. Money's coming in for Matt. There is no National Pez Day, which I was shocked.
None.
When I thought of it. And then
two different pie days.
2 different pie days.
Same day.
By the way, I've never had a rhubarb pie day.
I can't say
Rhubarb?
I have either, yeah.
Right? And if you cook it wrong, you can die.
I'm not
courtesy of a Modern
I'm not from the
Family
19th
episode.
century wearing burlap overalls, yeah.
Well, you place it on the windowsill and
someone comes floating, yeah.
Anyway, there's your national days. Birthday. There was only one birthday today that was really...
I'm sure there's more than one.
No, there was just one. Mariska Hargitay from Law & Order, SVU.
Olivia Benson.
Law & Order. Thank you! Oh, my
There we
God!
go.
Did you have that preloaded, or did you know I was going to do that?
So is it a hotkey?
It's a hot.
Yeah.
It's a hotkey? We always have the...
Vince reads your scripts.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, good. The guy who puts it all together doesn't. Okay, thanks, Keith. Anyway, she turns 61.
61.
The dramatic end. Boom. So here we go. We put him in the AI machine. We mix it all up. What do we got
just gonna
today?
be her
a lot
headshot?
of pies. Her and a lot of pies.
Oh, boy.
There we go. Oh, there. Whoa.
Whoa.
Who is Cesar Romero? That's a deep cut. Who is that supposed to be in the... Oh, it's Clashing Clothes Day.
Okay.
And it's snowplow. You're supposed to run over... I don't get that. This is snowplow mailbox hockey day. So you're supposed to destroy... That's federal equipment. Wait, what were you pointing at there? Is it There's a credit card because it's National Measure Your Feet Day. I don't know.
I don't know.
Mariska's got a lot of pie. There's a foot...
Are people trying to grab her for
There's
the
a
pie?
foot.
Yeah.
There's a weird foot in an inappropriate place, and she runs the SV unit. That's a crime right there.
Yeah, really.
And she's got cop cars, and she's eating pie, and she looks lovely.
iced tea. I love John Mulaney said it best on that talking about SVU that Ice-T works in the sex crimes unit, and he just is so surprised. That one of his stand-up specials, he's like, "So you mean to tell me this guy likes little girls with pigtails?" And he's like, "Yeah, Ice, you work in the sex crimes unit. You should be used to that."
Nothing should be a surprise to you.
So and he'll be like, "Oh, okay, I get it."
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. We will still get picks at 12:36 in 30 seconds. If we take the break right now, Joe D'Amico on the other side. All right, here we go. Joe D'Amico is singing his way onto the show, ladies and gentlemen. Again,
us.
as I said, we have 5 people on the show. We're going to bring in the 4th, but this guy, he ranks number 1 in our hearts. Joe D'Amico is en fuego right now. You sent me your numbers. I'll let him chat them out. Ladies and gentlemen, making his regular Thursday appearance with Matt Neverett and myself. Looking good this year, or this week. He's got his Knights gear on.
He's looking good this year.
He's looking good this year, too. 2025.
I always look good.
He always looks good.
I got to tell you one thing,
Joe
guys.
D'Amico's there.
I'm always honored to be here. Matt, Frank, everybody in the studio, guys. I love you guys. But when you're the fourth guy up, that means you're the cleanup hitter.
You're grand slam. You're hitting grand.
You remember that. You're going to clear the bases for everybody that came before you, okay? So I'm just telling you right now, today, it might be a few months before baseball season starts.
That's all right.
I'm ready to knock it out of the
All right,
park.
who's your favorite number 4 hitter of all time? I know you're going to probably go to your Yankees. Who's the best cleanup hitter?
God, there's so many over the years.
Willie McCovey's got to be on there.
McCovey, wow.
I will tell you this, though. It isn't Roger Maris, but because he did, they batted around. They went over. They batted around Mantle to go to Maris, and that's how we got all those home runs
61,
that year. Yeah, I don't. Let me tell you something. The three of us at this age could play around Mantle and hit home runs. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. There's so many great ones, but I'm always partial to the Yankees. So having said that, I know that once in a while, Garrick and Ruth switched a little bit.
Yeah.
It's so hard to go against Ruth because he was the greatest hitter of the greatest baseball player
what
of all time.
What a lot of people don't know about jersey numbers back then, it was where you hit in the order.
Yeah.
So Ruth wore 3, Garrick wore 4. Yes. I mean, yeah, that's pretty wild.
And they kept the jerseys when they'd flip the order.
Would they? No.
Oh. By the way, I don't know if you guys know this.
Go for it.
But just announced this past week, my favorite baseball player of all time that I ever saw, and the greatest pitcher that I ever saw, is going to have his number retired by the Yankees.
Ron Guidry.
Louisiana Lightning, Ron Guidry.
Yes.
49, gets retired, and well-deserved. A lot of people don't know. That guy was 159 pounds of iron. He had the most beautiful delivery I ever saw. That he just threw from over his head and then sprung up. And a lot of people don't know that for a couple of years he was the fastest man in the major leagues.
People
Don't
running?
know that. Yes, he was. I got to tell you, though, he's my favorite player that I ever saw. I am partial to the Yankees, especially during that era, just before my parents split up. So one of the things we had in common as a family was going to Yankee games and watching Ron Guidry. I still get goosebumps, and I still bring tears to my eyes. So it is well-deserved, Rapid Ron. I happen to love him with all of my heart. And if they didn't pitch him on 3 and 4 days, he probably would have had a couple of extra years.
I'll tell you what.
But it's kind of amazing. Even when it was at
25 and 3. 25 and 3.
He had a couple of years ago. He was just monstrous.
I think it was 77 or 78.
I did see them bring him in relief once against the Kansas City Royals. He struck out 3 players in the 9th inning on 9 pitches. I've never seen anything like it in my life.
Immaculate inning.
Immaculate inning. I'll tell you what. Ron Guidry is. I know of Ron Guidry, and I'll tell you the quick story. I know. Well, I was a big baseball card guy. I'll never forget 25 and 3. His ERA might have even been under 2.
1.8 something.
1.78 or something. It was 1977 or 78. So this was when I started watching baseball. And on Friday nights, my mom got me a scorebook, a Dodger scorebook, and I would keep score on Friday nights.
Oh, wow.
And I'd eat like a pomegranate. My mom would cut me a pomegranate and a fifth of Jack Daniels.
No way.
Now what? Yeah, I started young. No. So I remember watching, there wasn't a Dodger game on a Friday night. So it was Angels Yankees in Yankee Stadium. And it was when Guidry, I want to say, struck out like 17 or 18 batters. And this was the first time I had ever seen when someone is pitching at Yankee Stadium with 2 strikes, the crowd starting to chant and go crazy. And he was amazing. And I've never forgot Ron Guidry. He was like one of my favorite players because of that. So I didn't realize you were that big of a fan. I think you've mentioned it actually before.
I got to meet him quite a few times when I was a kid. My mom used to bring me everywhere. We used to go to the Sheraton in Jersey where they had a contract, like after games, and go meet them. And I was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. Well, I was at the 1-game playoff in Boston. I was at Boston a couple of times. My second favorite place to see a game after Yankee Stadium, because we always got the better of those Red Sox. And I love to see Red Sox fans cry. No, I'm being serious. But I will tell you this. One thing I really loved about Boston and the Boston fans, first of all, it's a great place to see a game. I know the stadium's falling apart, but, it's a place like that in Wrigley, you're never going to see stadiums like that again, where you can go and you feel the aura of the great players as you walk down the tunnels onto your seats. But, I used to see, and as much as the Red Sox and Yankees hated each other, you would see Guidry, who would go in there and fan 13, 14, 15. Red Sox fans get up and applause. And I got to tell you something. It taught me a lot about sportsmanship as a kid, because I went to the Boston. This is a funny thing.
Okay.
I went to the 1-game playoff with Boston in Boston at Fenway Park. And this is true. I had a Boston Sox hat on, a Boston Sox shirt on, and we sat. My mother scalped tickets, and we sat in the second row or the third row behind the Yankee dugout. And I'll tell you who sat in front of us. I can't tell you their names because it could be libelous.
All right.
But they were the guys who ran Boston, and they happened to be Yankee fans.
Whitey Bulger.
And I was not him. It was the crew against him. But
Okay.
The other guys, yeah.
You know.
I was saying Boston sucks, and I was getting dirty looks from Boston fans. And the guys turned around, who we later found out to be the Angiulo brothers.
Oh, jeez.
And they turned around and said, "Don't worry, kid, you'll get out of here okay. Nobody will bother you." And my mother recognized them because I don't know how we recognized them.
Hey.
But, you know, I got to tell you, going to Boston and seeing a game, it's like let me tell you, going to Wrigley outside of Yankee Stadium, my favorite place to see a game.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, Ron Guidry was an idol.
He was the best.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I get teared up every time I think about him and how great he was.
Oh my goodness!
So
all right, we'll let you. We'll compose yourself for a second. We have a very busy man that just stopped into the studio, so we'll talk with him now, and then we're going to get to your picks to end the show. But anyway, the entertainment director, who I found out is a good friend of yours because everyone knows Joe D'Amico, Michael Libinati is here, ladies and gentlemen. Michael, stop.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Now, Michael,
I got to tell you, one of the hardest working men in all of Vegas. Let me tell you, he does a great job there, and he's a great guy as well.
Yeah, but he's a Cowboys fan.
Unfortunately, we're a Cowboys fan with this news that we're having today.
But Michael, we wanted Michael to stop by, and as you know, every time Joe's on the program every Thursday, he plugs all the upcoming shows. Frankie Scinta, he plugs all the shows, and it's great. So, Michael, we wanted to have you drop by, and I think we even have like a little flyer and a pump up. But there's the Monday night parties over there are outstanding, but you guys are doing the conference championships.
We're going to do the AFC, NFC championship. There'll be people lined up at 5 a.m. to get into the showroom.
Wow.
It's crazy. And we'll be giving away $2,000. So every quarter of every game, $250 for every quarter.
It's unbelievable. Now, I asked you this before when I came over. You said that people will come early because they get like
They get a line pass.
They get a line pass.
But this time for the AFC, NFC, we don't do the line pass.
Oh, man.
So they're going to be lined up around the showroom at probably 5 a.m.
Because the first game kicks off at noon, right?
At noon.
Nice
so
and
we
early.
open doors at 11:30.
I might start lining up now.
Yeah.
We can camp out
It's
like we're going to
crazy.
see the newest Star Wars movie.
There you go.
Right?
Phantom
Exactly.
Menace.
We'll
I
get
was there.
tents. So that's going to be exciting. Now, you haven't done the conference championships before over there?
Yes, we do it every year.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Every year.
So I just know the Monday night parties when I stop in are unbelievable. The people, the prices for drinks, everything.
$4 drink specials. You got $15 buckets. And we have all kinds of raffles and all kinds of giveaways for free food and rooms and all that stuff.
Oh, my God. And then some upcoming shows. I see the poster every day when I get off the elevator. You have a Earth, Wind, and Fire band coming in.
Earth, Wind, and Fire, Human Nature, Bronx Wanders. We have Rita Rutner this week right now.
She's
as we
today,
speak.
actually,
Today and
right?
tomorrow. Peter Noon, you name it. We have a plethora of entertainment.
Oh, and David Walton. Is that the guy's name who does Sinatra?
David Waltz, yeah.
David Walton. We had him on this
He is
show
great.
last year.
Yes.
He was tremendous. Great guy. Unbelievable. So, Joe, any questions for Michael Libinati, your friend?
Come on, Joe.
Well, I got to tell you, first of all, I'm going to praise him because he's very humble. The customer service over at your hotel casino is unrivaled. It's still old school Vegas as far as I'm concerned. And people say old school Vegas is kind of a dirty term. No, it's not. Old school Vegas, remember who you are, who you drank, what you like to do, what you like to gamble. Anything Michael Libinati has his hands on over there is top notch. He's a Class A guy and he runs Class A rooms. He brings in some of the best entertainment anywhere in the world, let alone in Southern Nevada. I do know because I keep real good tabs. I know Frankie Scinta's coming in at the end of the month. I will be there to see Frankie. He's like a cousin. All the Sicilians are related.
Yeah, all of us Italians, the Formers, Bucky Hurd.
I will be. I have reservations already. I'm taking Dia to an early Valentine's Day dinner on the 12th, and Frankie Marino's going to be there.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
That's a special show I've been designing for him, so this is going to be something different.
Something
so
special.
you better beware. This is a special.
Be there, but Michael, I'm not going to put you on the spot because you know how I hate to do that to anybody.
Oh, just do it.
Let me know what you can do from me and Frankie and our ladies. For
There
that
you go.
show on the 12th. I'm already shelling out about $800 for the dinner at Michael's, which, by the way, is worth that every penny.
Right.
But
Yeah. No, I got you. I got you.
I'd like to come and see Frankie Marino that night because I heard there's some special things about the show.
We have reorganized the whole show. Him and I came up with the art that you see around
Oh,
the
wow.
property. That was drawn at 6 a.m. on top of a trash can.
Nice.
And
All the best things are. All the best ideas
I was
come at 6
working
a.m.
out, and I was like, "Hey, Frankie, what do you think of this?" And he's like, "I love it." And I'm like, "It was a Sharpie with some, stick figures and stuff." And he's laughing. I'm like, "Don't worry, I'll make it
He'll clean it up,
spectacular."
yeah.
So now you see it all over
I
the
love it.
property. We have a great show. So yeah, I got you, Joe.
And
Don't
Michael,
worry.
do you have what's something you can tell us about Joe D'Amico?
No.
As you can see, he likes to talk.
We know.
But no one knows that at all. So I'm just going to lay it right there.
News to me.
And he also, you know what else, Vincent? He likes to text a lot too. He texts very long texts, but I'm getting like him. He does voice to text a lot. So
Yep.
sometimes there's words that don't make any sense.
I do that all the time,
Same.
and it's
Yeah,
horrible.
I think you have to be over a certain age. I know. I always, Jerry, do you voice to text? No. Matt?
I do all the time.
Okay, Matt does.
I've been made fun of for it, though.
Coming to the dark side.
Yeah,
Yeah, I look at it and I'm like, did it really say that?
Yeah, close enough.
I hit send. Shoot.
Oh, yeah, I just did
all
that
right.
a minute ago.
So, Michael, anyway, 2 games. You get the noon game and then the
Yep.
3:30 game. So
Yep.
all day at the South Point on Sunday. Giveaways. You can
All
win
day.
money. Great prices.
Who are we rooting for?
I'm rooting for the Buffalo Bills.
I want Bills. I'm going Bills.
Joe, shut up.
Anybody but the Chiefs. Come
You rooted
on.
for the Steelers a few weeks ago too, so don't feel bad.
That's just like I root for the Cowboy for 30 years. Now it's their ball
Yes.
boy.
He's used
You
to being
just
let
live
down,
with
yeah.
it. So you live with it
Just
in
like
your
being
blood.
a Pirates fan.
We get it. All right, Joe's going to get to his picks now. Michael, thank you for stopping by.
Oh, no,
if
thank
you
for
want to
having
sit in
me.
and
I'm
listen,
going to sit in now.
got
I'm here. You
Let's
got
do
me
it.
here
We
now.
got a party
Let's
going
go,
on here at the
Joe.
South. Where's Chris Andrews? Oh, he's off today. He needs a day off. The man works hard. Joe, let's do it. What do you got for us? And then Matt and I also have
I
one
got
picky.
a quick one.
Go for it.
Hockey, college basketball tonight. Real quick one in hockey. Then I got both conference title games.
All right, go for it.
Sports fans, I want to tell you, I know Frankie's been there. Have you ever been in a bar when they yelled last call? Then they turn the lights
Once or
on,
twice.
Frankie. You look around at the rest of the patrons in the bar, and everybody is just, let's say, they're hard to look at. So you know what you do? You order 2 more beers and 2 more shots and guzzle them down to get the liquid courage enough to do what you're going to set forth in doing and go home with somebody less than pretty. That's all I'm saying. Okay? That's how I felt. Frank's been there. I know it. That's how I feel. I got Michael Limonati laughing. That's how I felt about today's card. No, that's how I felt about today's card in college and pro basketball.
Okay.
But I did find something I like. Now, guys, I've talked about this before. Don't dismiss some of these smaller college basketball conferences just because they're on the SEC, the ACC, the Big 10, or the Big 12. Having said that, there's a matchup that caught my attention in the West Coast Conference. Yes, the West Coast Conference, guys. San Diego and Portland. I repeat, San Diego and Portland. I'm not going to deny it doesn't compare to maybe Auburn and Alabama or Iowa State and Kansas. But you could still make money here, guys. The Toreros, that's the San Diego team. The Toreros have taken the last 2 meetings in the series. Despite being on a 1-9 run straight up, they've covered 7 of those 9 games. Once again, let me remind you, it's not who wins, it's who covers. We're not here for fun. We're here to make money. And I'm going to tell you right now, this game tonight will make you money. The Pilots have dropped 7 of their last 9 straight up, 5 of those against the spread. As a matter of fact, they've only covered 1 of their last 4 games at home. I think they're being overvalued here. They might have 2 double-digit scorers in Rapp and McKinnon, and I actually know who these guys are, believe it or not. But their defense is atrocious. Just to let you know, they ranked 345th. I didn't even know they were 345.
I know, right?
Team.
Jeez.
364.
They get steamrolled for over 80 points a game. I just don't think they should be favored here at all. I think this should be closer to a pick 'em. Now, I'm not saying this is a big play for me. I'm saying it's worth keeping an eye on and maybe throwing a few bucks on. There's certainly value in the West Coast Conference.
Okay.
I like that game. It's some big action tonight. I happen to be. I think I'm undefeated on every game I put on the Thursday nights on the show in the last
I think
few
so.
months.
I know last week you
That's
were.
it. I'm
Yeah,
placing my bets with you, Joe.
He was
I
picking.
love you,
He's
Mikey.
picking
You're
up
the
his
best.
phone. He's
I'm
on
on
the
my
South,
phone right
South
now.
Point app
This is
right
app.
now.
Let's go.
Matt, you know about that conference, right?
Yeah, WCC, but I gotta play the Big West tonight.
You're playing the Big West.
I'm playing
Okay.
the Big West tonight. Matchup between Cal State Fullerton, Cal State Bakersfield. I think Fullerton's more a prettier area than Bakersfield. I'm not going out on a limb by saying that.
Well, we just lost. You heard everyone just clicked off at Bakersfield. Great. All right.
Sorry,
yeah.
I just want you to know I'm doing ESPN.
I know you are.
Bakersfield
I
right
know
after
he
this.
does it right after our show on
I'll
Thursdays.
catch heck for you, Mike.
Don't tell him I'm going against the Roadrunners tonight.
Matt,
Now,
No, it's too late now, buddy. I'm throwing you under the bus.
The damage has been done.
Extra listeners.
The damage has been done. No, I'm going with the Titans. I'm going Cal State Fullerton. The home team has won 8 of the last 9 in this matchup, going back and forth. Fullerton, a slight home dog, laying plus 4.5. I will take the points with the Titans. Take a look at the over in this one as well. It's gone down from 144 down to 141.5, where it was, where we checked right before the show. The over has hit 7 out of the last 8 games between these two. So the trends have dominated in the matchup between Cal State Bakersfield and Fullerton. I'm going with the home dog tonight, catching the 4.5 points. I'm going with the Titans. Take a look at the over. I may or may not bet it. If it gets down to 140, I would take a look for sure.
All right, Michael, any input on any of these games?
No, I don't bet those games at all. Football, and hockey.
Thank you,
it, baby.
By the way, is there any way we can punch up the frozen image of Elliott Threatt by chance watching Joe talk? Because I looked over and this is Elliott, who looks like he's in the movie Smile 2 right now. With this evil looks up. As Joe's talking, I look over and Elliott's like, obviously that's a freeze frame after
he's going to be sitting behind the backstop of the next baseball game, like the scariest advertising campaign ever.
I'm abstaining. I'm withdrawing from picks today. So
well, tell them why.
Why?
Because you had a game.
Oh, yeah. I had a game that already tipped off in France. I like to.
Oh, my gosh.
I didn't realize the game was being played in France. I'm a football baseball.
Did you give out the winner?
So far, what is the score? We'll check on it. What do you got for us, Joe? What else do you want to talk about?
I got a hockey for tonight.
All right,
there we go.
Just like Frank's love life, I'm going to tell you now. The Montreal Frank, you open yourself up. The Montreal Canadiens are starting to stride, folks. They took both meetings against their Atlantic Division rival, the Detroit Red Wings, this season. One on the road, one at home. Those are only about a month ago, guys. They entered this matchup red hot, winning 7 of their last 9, which does include 4 straight as a visitor. As a matter of fact, guys, going back a little further, they've won 7, count them, 7. So let me do that again, 7 consecutive games played on the road. This team has been money, folks. Meanwhile, Detroit, they're starting to show cracks. They've dropped 4 of their last 5. Their last win back on January 16th was on the road at Florida. However, since then, they've lost 3 straight, combining for just 3 goals scored. They're cold as ice. The weather in Detroit is going to be cold, but the remedy for that is the scorching hot Montreal Canadiens.
There you go.
Take them as a small dog here. They'll get you paid.
I love it. Quick chat, a couple things. Aaron O'Connor just went, Joe. She loves Joe. Let's see here. Here's JR from the ballpark. He said best cleanup hitter he's ever seen, Eric Davis. I'll agree. Eric Davis for a while was amazing.
But Manny Ramirez.
Beautiful swing.
A beautiful swing. Dean Hilt, who watches the show, who's the girl walking out of the pool? I got to know.
In the commercial.
That's on our South Point commercial that we played 2 minutes before the show. Michael
right.
might know.
I don't know her. I wasn't around when that was taken.
I know you're referring to Dean, the one in the leopard that comes walking out of the pool.
I would have made sure I knew her though.
There you go.
Make it make it a 5 shot. Reno Paul wants to know if you can add and to this shot.
Put it right
Can
in the
we
middle.
do it?
Yeah.
Can we do it? Make a 5 shot. Are we doing this? First time ever on the
You
show.
got to set that up ahead of time.
First time in South Point studio history. By the end of the show, she'll have it.
5 minutes.
Okay, Aaron O'Connor. Peter Noon is hilarious. Sounds great. Excellent show, Aaron says. He's Henry VIII. I am, I believe. Okay.
Yes.
Joe, you want to talk about football? Let's do it.
Let's go.
I got both conference title games. Now, listen, I got to do these in the next 5 minutes. So over, under in the studio, 4.5 breaths I take for each write-up. Let me break it down, guys. I want to start with the NFC title game. Early money coming in on the Commanders, and for good reason. These two teams do know each other well, though, sharing the division, the NFC East. Commanders riding a 7-game straight-up win streak in which they've gone 5-2 against a number, while the Eagles, guys, they've won 14 in the last 15, covered 10 of the last 14. These teams have met twice this season, with each home team winning and covering those contests. Yes, Washington is 7-3 away from home this year, but Philly is an astounding 10-1 at Lincoln Financial Field. Talk about a home field advantage. Obviously, Philly has more players with postseason experience. Let's put a pin in that. We're going to come back around, guys. I think we could all agree quarterback Jaden Daniels has had a storybook season, but the playoffs are a whole different monster. Yes, they beat the top seed and the Detroit Lions last week, guys. I feel the Lions came in underprepared and overconfident, all right? Right there. That's it. That's what happened. Detroit, guys, wow. You guys wait till next year. Maybe that's the best you can do. Maybe Barry Sanders will come back. Guys, I feel the Lions came in, like I said, underprepared and overconfident. I do feel Washington comes here in a big letdown situation. There are 2 playoff games thus far. In their 2 playoff games thus far, Phillies, Saquon Barkley, and Jalen Hurts have combined for over 430 yards rushing. Overall in the season, this team possesses the 2nd-ranked rushing attack in the NFL. This is where the game is going to get out of hand. The Commanders' defense overall are good. Still ranks 30th in the league against the rush. Philly's coaching staff is smart. They're going to have their squad prepared for even further for this week's matchup. I think, Washington will come in making some changes on their defense, trying to attack that rushing attack. But when you're as good as Barkley and Jalen Hurts are, you can only stop them or slow them down for so long, guys. Guys, on the flip side, the Eagles stop unit, they allowed you 17.8 a game. Sports fans, in today's day and age, that's just amazing. The whole team's a 17.8 a game. That is, and when you've got a rushing attack that can eat up clock, guys, I'm old school. Parcells and Joe Gibbs, I talked to them both years ago on in different places, and although they hate each other, they agreed on one thing. Even in today's game, run the ball.
Run the ball, baby. Run the ball.
Especially cold weather.
You got to be able to stop the run and eat up the clock yourself, guys. All right, I think it's amazing. This team tops the league against the pass and ranked 10th against the run for all the reasons I just laid out. I like Philly here to win and cover under the touchdown. I think this team wins by 10 points or more, 9 or 10 points or more. But I'm going to be honest with you. Jaden Daniels is going to come back down to earth. He's got a great season. I'm happy for him. I think he's an exciting player that has a great future. Yeah. On Washington, will be playing golf in a few weeks.
And Matt showed that stat earlier about how Washington and on the road.
Yeah, in the playoffs, if you're in the fourth game of a road trip, into a playoff game. The last 7 times that's happened, 0-7 straight up, 1-5-1 against the number.
There you go. So that backs up Joe. By the way, Ev Natala, Bakersfield is less than pretty.
Thank you.
And the lady in the pool is Keith Lyle's wife, apparently. So there you go. Congratulations, Keith. I don't know. All right, you got one more pick, and I know you got to do your radio hit, right? So go. You want to go fast and get out of here? Go for it.
3.5. Yup, I'm going to go fish just like my sex life. Now, here we go. I can't help it, guys. Come on. You've opened it up for me.
All right, go.
Once again, early money coming in on the Buffalo Bills. I'm here to tell you the general public is once again going to lose. Say what you want about the Bills, but until Josh Allen steps up when the season is on the line, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, and delivers, he's a go against. One thing Allen doesn't do is fail to make mistakes in big game situations. He might have the physical tools, but, guys, he lacks the certain mental tools. They just elude him. All right, guys. He's Roethlisberger all over again.
Come on. 2 rings.
All right, he'll never be my phone or friend, neither one of these guys on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. All right, here's the deal. They haven't had to play a game on the road in the playoffs yet, and playing an Arrowhead is no small task. Speaking of the Chiefs, I keep hearing that their offense is subpar, but yet this team still won 15 games this season. Mind you, outside of their last regular season game in which they pulled their first and second string players, they only lost and suffered against the Bills, in which it was a game they didn't want to win, they didn't need to win. You saw that in the effort. This is a money team. They know when they need to step up and when they don't have to. They had the conference handled. They have it handled. They had it handled. They had it handled. Patrick Mahomes has more big game wins than anybody in the NFL. As a matter of fact, he's got more playoff wins than just about anybody that I can think of off the top of my head. He does what it takes to win. Yes, they have a lot of one-score victories this season, but they're still victories, guys.
Yep.
It's no small feat winning 15 games in today's day and age. Let's not forget, they've got a defense that only allows 19.2 a game. They have not let an opponent, outside of that meaningless last regular season game, to put up more than 19 since the end of November. 9-0 on their own field this season. The Bills dropped 4 of their 9 away games. They're a much different team at home in front of their own crowd on their own field than when they are a visitor, guys. And to be quite honest, their defense has gotten exploited from time to time. Let's not forget they're ranked 24th in the league against the pass. Going up against Mahomes is a tall order to begin with. Worse when it's in the postseason. Guys, when your defense struggles against the pass, it's near impossible to beat the Chiefs. All right, Patrick Mahomes will get the job done again. I'm going to tell you now, we talked about this last year. I had the Chiefs do all 3 of their postseason games, including the Super Bowl. They're pissed off they're only 1.5 points, but I'm going to put them on just in case you guys get screwed by a half point. I'm going to put them on the money line.
By the way, remember when I said just do it real quick? I'm trying to get you out of here so you can do your hit with Bakersfield.
Man, we are pissing off Bakersfield today.
That was quick. By the way,
blame it all on Matt. Don't worry.
Of course.
By the way, Andrew Binder, Libo with the and Kim. That's full Brady Bunch. There it is. We've never done this before. And thank you for the 5-shot.
Oh, that's amazing.
Joe, we'll let you go. Thank you for those picks. I love you. I'll text you later, I'm sure. Voice to text. So if there's some errors, you'll know.
Go Buffalo.
There you go. And Buffalo, I know. Michael's on Buffalo, too.
Sounds like the voodoo witch magic is going to continue for KC.
He's giving me free tickets to Frankie Marino.
Look at this
We'll
five-shot.
talk about it after the game.
All right, Joe, thanks as always. You're the best. So many good comments. People love when you're on the show, so thank you very much. Matt, where are you off to traveling?
Luckily, I'm not traveling till Tuesday. We got a home game for UNLV this Saturday
Till
at
Tuesday.
noon against New Mexico.
Hush, hush. Keep it down, down. Voices care. That was a hit from the 80s that Michael.
I know that song. I was going to sing with you, but I didn't want to harmonize.
Hey, Frank,
and
Amy,
sing that
man.
song there.
Amy, who sings that?
let's keep it that way.
Okay. All right, so you're here next week.
I'll be here next week, barely. I'm sneaking in between trips to Utah State and Reno up north.
We appreciate when you're here. Thank you to everybody. Michael, thank you for stopping by. Make
thank
sure you come down to the South Point. Unbelievable party that is going on for free in the showroom. We always end with Kenny White's Dog of the Day, KennyWhiteSports.com if you want some more. Oh, we don't have one today. All right, we have our Dog of the Day, though. We always like to
your pick. Yeah.
We do a little cute, we do like a little cute dog clip at the end of the show. Like I love when it is. Now watch this black dog.
The zoomies.
Oh, he's got zoomies and the spins.
And then the other dog's getting tired. Like, what?
Like, what the hell's going on?
Now watch when he finally does stop. Ann was watching this before the show. Now watch. And this is me at 2 a.m. on Sunday, right? Oh, good. He's out of control. We do the show every day from 12 to 1. Thank you again. Pick up your free copy. You don't have to pay for LA Weekly.
If you want to pay for it, I'm selling
No,
them.
they're free. They got a nice little piece in here about me and the show. We appreciate it. Thanks to everybody. We'll be back tomorrow with Jeff Parles and Judge Chris Andrews, which we haven't done in a couple weeks. Thank you to Michael. Thank you to Elliott. Punch in Elliott's picture to send out the show. We'll see you tomorrow. Punchlines live in Nevada every show. There he is. I love it. Yay.